AJ, what's my personal?
Okay. Yeah, we in. I'm in there.
All right, all right.
Yeah, so we active. So active.
Turn down my volume. So let me paint the picture. So I want to welcome everybody. Everybody, I was gonna wait for people to tune in, but they can watch it later. And I'll have it on blackwestchester.com as well. So this is AJ Black Westchester. You saw us cover a story about young man Flowers was killed by the Newark Police Department shortly after the George Floyd incident. Um, I linked up with his brother Henderson Clark, affectionately known in the hood as Hando, um, who's been really advocating for his brother. Um, just so you know, I just reached out to the captain of the police department, waiting for a statement from them. But the reason I'm reaching out to you today, so yesterday, the grand jury with a no bill, which means there will be no charges pressed against the officer involved in the shooting and killing of your brother. And I just wanted to get you to speak about that. I wanted people see a lot of times when these situations happen, the press victimizes the family members, when they try to criminalize the victim, regardless of if he was guilty of everything they said he was, he's still somebody's brother. He's still somebody's son. And there's still the pain of losing a family member. And we gotta highlight that. So that's another reason I just wanted to highlight you.
Thank you for having me on the show, brother. It's an honor, it's a blessing to be on your show. Let me start this off by first and foremost, I'm saying rest in peace to my brother Kamal Flowers and justice for him, because today I was given aware and witnessed another injustice with the system, the nation. Mainly it hit my backyard. My brother was pointed out to be this animal, this criminal. What they didn't realize is that this man paid his debt to society, made mistakes like any other person in the world. He's not perfect. He's still mine. He's still my family's. He paid his debt. He also came back and contributed to the same community that he paid this debt to out of his own pocket. Supporting the neighborhood, feedback, establishing young brothers in the neighborhood. Giving money to the young kids, taking them to the store, actively being involved in the community as well. For these people, the district attorney, the same district attorney, Anthony Scarpino, signed off on the fraudulent indictment that had wrongfully accused, imprisoned, and convicted back in 2017, 2018. It's the same district attorney that had the secret indictment that placed the highest case tried and fought for, which would be the hardest to prove. Intentional murder means that this officer, Alec McKenna, woke up that morning with intentions of killing someone. Not preferably not killing anyone. And the sad thing about this is, that's the case that they shot for. The family would that case wanted second-degree murder or manslaughter, because I provided proof through help of other media journalists, video. Mr. Robert Cox has sent me videos, links, and all types of proof that show contradiction to everything that Westchester County District Attorney has stated since June 6, 2020. And there is a video that shows that my brother is being chased down like an animal in the darkness. There was statements that stated that my brother had brandished and pointed a firearm. There is new updated statements that the DNA of my brother's finger on the trigger. And if there is DNA of his finger on the trigger, there is the other DNA to the palms and the other fingers that's supposed to be gripped around that gun if he pointed that gun at that officer. That ballistics report was never aired, but everything this image down was aired. So as I asked, where's the rest of that report that was down? Hand that was raised and pointed at this officer that gave this officer reason to kill my brother. I shoot the wound him, shoot to kill him.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's your boy. You know what it is. You know what we hitting for. And we're going to get into some things. First and foremost, shout out to my sponsors. You know, Stack Chicken, Zazweeba. You know, Purple City, Exotics, Bach and Berries, Camp Crystal Cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my peoples that pull up. And we're going to get into it, right? Because there's some things that need to be discussed. And I haven't talked about this in a minute, right? And I think I should get back on talking about it. For the simple facts that is that there's a lot of things going on in the nation, and y'all be blinded by a lot of different things that y'all shouldn't be paying attention to, right? This has been going on for years. For years. But I'm going to talk about a situation involving myself. I'm going to talk about how the city of Mount Vernon think it's cool to place all these bogus charges on somebody. And the person ain't supposed to talk about it. Now, here we are, almost 7 years, literally, a couple months late. Matter of fact, shoot. July, it'll be 7 straight years since this bogus charge was put out on me. And it's been 5 years since it was 2019 since I beat this case. And it's crazy because it seems like it's taking longer. Seems like it's taking longer for the people to get my situation situated. Yes.
Tell me any specifics when it comes to these criminals, alleged criminals. Do they have a criminal history? Do they know each other? Were there any relatives that came on this together?
Well, as I just stated, that everybody on that board is Mount Vernon residents. So a lot of them have associations, whether you have some that's family, and you have others that are associated through whether they grew up together or they just know each other. You know, this is a small community, so they are associations.
He said there's associations, it's a small community. So if it was a small community and there was associations, and you said that everybody on that board is from Mount Vernon, is Mount Vernon, not me. Y'all bugging. This is what I go through. I discuss real shit. I don't talk about
Good afternoon. I want to thank you all.
none of that fabricated shit y'all niggas
I'm
be
proud
on.
to be here to announce the arrest of 22 individuals as part of Operation Crackdown. These individuals were engaged in a series of illicit deals over a period of a year, and I want to sincerely thank all the agencies that were involved with their cooperation and support and their partnership on this journey to make Mount Vernon safer. Fighting crime is a team effort. Our streets belong to the people, not the criminals. We are working extremely hard to continue to make and keep Mount Vernon safe, and efforts like Operation Crackdown are why crime has dropped by 32% since 2011 and continues to drop. It's not easy, and I want to thank the officers for all involved. And before we walked out, I shared with them that some of the things that these people were involved with may seem small, but they're large in the whole big picture. There are people overseas that mean us harm and that want to hurt this country and hurt this city. The deals and the stuff that they have disrupted and the people they arrested have a form of a connection to domestic terror. And these are the things.
This bozo compared drug dealing to domestic terror. And at the point, the former mayor of Mount Vernon, Richard Thomas, was leading the campaign, and he got busted for stealing money. And this is what he does right after he's indicted for stealing over $90,000 for his own personal gain. Right? So he tries to make it look so good politically, saying that the operation and the things that's happening right now is compared to domestic terrorism. I was one of those people that was on that board that allegedly sold, not allegedly, fabricatedly sold drugs to an undercover officer. This is what they was talking about and said. I'm getting back to the real shit because I'm tired of y'all weirdos out here talking about shit that really serve no fucking purpose. You're out here bugging and thinking what y'all talking about, who did what in jail. A lot of you cats wasn't born in the prison system. Y'all was just dumb enough to be arrested for a stupid ass crime that allowed you to grow up in the prison system. What type of nigga comes home and glorifies doing 10 and 20 years in jail? Like what? I mean, how does that declare you to be anything real other than real stupid? Yeah, because I did this and I did that. What you mean? Nobody loved you? Nobody did nothing? I wasn't trying to do a motherfucking day in jail. I'm sorry for cursing, excuse my language. If you flag it, but I apologize. I wasn't trying to do a day in jail, so at the end of the day, I'm not telling on nobody though. That's one thing I'm not doing. But I'm not sitting in nobody's jail cell for no 20 years. That shit is stupid. I mean, some people are put in positions to where they have no other choice, but damn. That's what y'all come home and y'all glorify? Y'all come right to this and glorify the wanting to be real in jail instead of telling the people who follow y'all and listen to the trend that it's stupid to be in jail? I'm going to get back to this because these people are stupid. They don't know I'm about to win a big, big lawsuit, dummies.
And these are the battles that we bring straight to their face. We want to make sure that these people behind us know that they're not only keeping the city safe, but they're keeping our country safe. And domestic terrorism has no place in our city, and this is something that we're going to continue to fight and root out like Operation.
So police killing innocent people is not domestic terrorism? Police raping and robbing and slaughtering and allowing certain things is not domestic terrorism? He's pitching a campaign to clean up a city with quote-unquote domestic terrorism going on, but the leader of the country is aiding leader of this country is aiding people like he's describing. The drugs aren't made in no damn facilities other than the government because the government has access to all the drugs in the country and the world. Because what they do is they go over there and they put their foot down, or they take over the whole land. So at the end of the day, you got to go back to the root and the source. And if they got drugs all over the United States, it's because of one word, Contra.
It's like Operation Crackdown. Now I'd like to introduce Commissioner Sean Harris, who will speak at the Commissioner Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm not going to repeat everything we have said because he took most of my comments. But one thing I am going to say, I'm going to start off by thanking all department agencies that assisted the Mount Vernon Police Department with Operation Crackdown.
Former Commissioner Sean Harris. I don't know if he's still there. Another weirdo. He's in charge of the dummies. So that makes him the biggest dummy, right?
I'm gonna start off with the Westchester County Department of Public Safety's Opium and Heroin Task Force, and the Westchester County District Attorney's Office, the FBI Safe Street Task Force, the Westchester County Department of Probation, and most of all, the Mount Vernon Police Department's narcotics unit, the men and women of the Mount Vernon Police Department who got reassigned to assist with this investigation. I'm gonna send two messages, very clear. To the residents of the city, thank you for the feedback that you give the department regarding criminal activity that's going on in your neighborhoods. That's the key partnership that we have here with the police and the community, and without them, we cannot do what we do and achieve the results that we achieved today collectively. Two, to the people who wish to come to Mount Vernon and engage in criminal activity, I want to let you know, and I'm going to look straight into your eyes and tell you, this is no longer the city where you are going to feel comfortable engaging in criminal activity and feel like you can do it with impunity. We will find you. We will arrest you, and we will prosecute you. And once you're found guilty, we will incarcerate you. And that's the reason why we have this strong partnership, whether it's with our county partners, state, federal partners, we are all working together. We are sharing intelligence, we are sharing information. It's no longer confined to any one jurisdiction.
So he just implicated the feds, the county, the city, and everybody under the sun for the dirty acts that was committed. He just involved everybody. Talk to y'all for a second. Y'all don't even be knowing, yo. Y'all don't be knowing. Y'all don't be knowing. Show y'all something real quick. Show y'all something real quick, B. Hold on a minute. Let me show y'all something real quick. This goofy dude done said and mentioned, right? I'm gonna show y'all something. This is what happens when people be stupid and start shooting off their mouth. That's what happens when niggas be shooting off their mouth, bro. Show y'all something, man, because I'm tired of y'all. Tired of you goofies, man. Show y'all something, man. Tired, bro. Cats, too many people be talking that extraness, right? And these cats be swearing that they be knowing what they talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. Jesus Christ, I don't know how people just, damn. Show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all something. Me versus all of them names right there. That's all of these bozos right here. All of these bozos, that's capping. So let's finish listening.
So if you feel that you can wreak havoc on the streets of the city of Mount Vernon and then go somewhere else, they're going to know you're there, we're going to track you down, and we're going to take care of you. I'm going to end it like this. One thing that I remember as a kid is whenever I did something bad, I wondered when I was gonna, get the consequences. But then if it didn't come, the only thing worse than not knowing when it's coming is just the anticipation.
I hope y'all anticipating this lawsuit though. I really hope that your bozo you anticipating this lawsuit. July 26, 2017, these bozos said that I sold drugs to an undercover somewhere in Mount Vernon, New York. I have a history of dealing drugs. I'm not gonna hide that. But at the end of the day, I never done no business in Mount Vernon, New York. Shout outs to all my people in Mount Vernon, New York that was on that case. I helped y'all get out of a situation and it's all love. I was just doing it for my freedom. And by me fighting for my freedom, which a lot of people was nervous to do because they had records, I didn't care, I had a record. That would have been my third consecutive drug charge. And I'd have had to go upstate and do some time. But I am the provider of my children, so I can't go nowhere. Can't go nowhere, y'all. I gotta stay here. But I'm about to continue playing this, and then I'm gonna give you some other information and let y'all hear how the government's been trying to railroad me since July 26, 2017.
The anticipation is worse. So I'm letting you know now, if you wish to engage in criminal activity, whether it's drugs, shooting, homicide, or anything in this city, the anticipation of us coming to get you is going to eat at you because we will come and get you. Thank you.
So with that, we'll take questions on the topic.
You guys make the rest of the day?
Excuse me?
The rest of the day today?
We made several arrests starting last Thursday.
Until when?
We're looking until they're all in custody.
In the city south side, tell us where these arrests were made.
We have all over the city and outside of the city also. We've arrested persons in other states and in New York City.
And what kind of illicit behavior are we talking about? Buying and selling of drugs, and tell me what was seized.
Selling drugs, distributing drugs, heroin, preying on the people that live in the city.
Have they all been charged?
Say again?
Have they all been charged, and what's the
Yes.
nature of the charges?
So the majority of the charges are, the crux of the investigation is selling and distribution of narcotics. So the primary charge.
So they said I was selling drugs in Mount Vernon. They said I was doing all this extra BS in Mount Vernon. They had a press conference. They made it look so good and all that. They sold it for real and made it look really, really good. This is happening to me. I'm not talking about the other 31 people added onto this wanted poster. I was in the center of a wanted poster. My son has the same name as me. He was at school doing a project on himself, Googling his own name. He's an athlete. And when he Googled his name, this came up. So that's all over the internet. Once you erase it, it's still up there. My son had to walk around with the fears, and y'all stressed my son out. This is really about protecting my kids, because at the end of the day, I'm not letting this happen to me or my children.
With the people that you see here are criminal sale of a controlled substance.
Are they all Mount Vernon residents?
Yes.
Tell me any specifics when it comes to these criminals, alleged criminals. Do they have criminal history? Do they know each other? Were there any relatives that were in on this together?
Well, as I just stated, that everybody on that board is Mount Vernon residents. So a lot of them have associations, whether you have some that's family, and you have others that are associated through.
Now they talking about somebody being related, right? And that's crazy how y'all hear this. Because when I got arrested, the officer, dirty cop, asked me if I knew somebody that the same last name as me, and most people think it's common that, okay, if that person has the same last name and it's spelt the same, they got to be related, right? Granted, these are police officers who are paid to do research and do detective work, and these is very high caliber and very high promoted detectives, not regular beat cops. These is narcotic detectives who put out a 6-month investigation on fraudulence. They asked me, did I know the person that had the same name as me? I know of the person because he used to mess with my baby mom. So me and him we was never cool. We never kicked it. We never did no business. We never hung out. We never even had an interaction like to the most besides a passing through the hood. And I heard bad shit on him. But nevertheless, they thought that I was related to him. So the dirty cop, the head of all this BS, told me after they came and arrested me as something else that had nothing to do with that. I was at a litigation, a civil litigation, because I was in a lift accident. It was in a building in White Plains. I don't know how anybody knew. It was just my lawyer, the person from the other people's insurance company, stenographer. And next thing you know, these dirty cops pull up in the office and try to cuff me. So I'm temporarily resisting a little because I don't know who they are. They plain clothes and they not identifying themselves. They just asked me who I was, and I said yeah. And he went to go put handcuffs on me. You're not putting cuffs on me, man. Stupid. So his partner, he like, yo, just listen to him, hear him out, blah 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 blah. So I'm starting to listen. Yo, you so and so? Say yeah. You Henderson Clark? Yeah, I'm Henderson Clark. So he cuffed me. Yo, we have a warrant, you under arrest. This is what he says in the office. So my lawyer for the civil lawsuit, he's tight because he used to be an ex-cop who just retired and became a defense attorney for, victims of accidents and stuff like that. Tells me the law, breaks it down. Don't say nothing, let them take you, boom. So they riding from White Plains to Mount Vernon. The whole time the dirty cop Antonini's trying to talk to me and kick it to me. And he wants to know certain stuff. He was like, yo, I suggest you don't take it to trial. He's trying to manipulate my brain because he know he's doing dirty shit out here. So he tries to manipulate my brain. And I tells him, fuck you talking about? My life we talking about. And I know the minimum I was going to do was at least a 12 piece if I was to ever catch any type of felony like that again. It's my third one. So I would have really been out of there. They would have probably tried to give me life. I don't know. So he's riding down the street. He's explaining to me. I said, yo, why I got to know of this person because we share the same last name? So he's getting tight. He's like, yo, you made a drug sale at this location. We called that person and they sent you. I laughed at him and said, yo, you know you fucked up, right? You fucked up, right? I said, I don't even do business with that person. They tweaking. The dude, the dirty cop Antonini's turning red. And he's always been the cop to be aggressive with people and put hands on people. It's already documented. This is why he's going through other lawsuits because he physically beat people up and planted dirty shit on people. I know a couple of them people personally, but nevertheless, we get into it. So he's like, yo, I suggest you don't take it to trial, boom, boom. So they get me down to the station. They open up the folder, hit me with the complaint form. They show me the complaint. That's how I was able to get a picture of it because I had that through my lawyer. So now all those photos that was on the wanted poster is on the table with my complaint form. Their complaint against me. You know what I'm saying? The drug complaint, them against me. So I'm looking through the pictures to see if I recognize anybody. I recognize a few people and the person that they tried to compare me, put me next to because we share the same last name. So he's saying, you sure you don't know who he is? They giving me his government name. In my head, I already knew of his government name, but I ain't telling them. That's their job to figure that shit out. So I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Who is this person? Then they give me his nickname and his street name. So that's when I say I know of him, and they say, how you know of him? I said he used to fuck my baby mom. Excuse my French, but he used to sleep with my baby moms. So this is where y'all effed up, because me and that man ain't never hung out, did no business, had no phone conversations or nothing. So for y'all to lie and say that y'all called this man and he sent, y'all called this man and made a request for some drugs, and this man put together the drugs, sent me in his car that they described to me he was driving, and I pull up to a gas station in Mount Vernon where there's cameras all over the fucking gas station. And they said that I made this sale to this undercover. Under the cameras, they got audio and video of me. Me doing my due diligence, I go to the same gas station and I start asking questions. Yo, how far do y'all video go back? Know what the man told me? These video cameras don't even work. Uh-oh. So, you know what that means? We go to trial. We go to trial, and now y'all have to prove that I did this because y'all already fucked up. Here's the icing on the cake, mind you. They booked me. They keep me down at Mount Vernon police station for a day and a half because I've been through an accident. I'm not going to the county jail. We're going to figure this out, and I'm going to get bailed out of this shit here, right here, or y'all going to let me go right here because y'all know that y'all figured out that y'all made an error. No, these bozos continue to go on with the situation, right? So now, they continue to go on with the situation. Funny. Why they do that? I don't know. Because they stepped in cement, they can't get out. It's hard to get out now. Once you put that bullshit out, the press conference, all that, you got to follow all the way through with this shit. So now, they book me, I go to I fake like, no, I wasn't faking because I really have back, shit going on from the accident. They didn't know that. They don't give a fuck. So I'm telling them, yo, I'm hurting. I can't sleep on this thin ass wood bench that's crazy stiff, hard as the floor you walk on. This shit is ridiculous how it is, right? So at the end of the day, they bring me to the hospital, I get examined, then they bring me to Valhalla late at night, right? I'm in reception. But before all this and they book me and bring me to Valhalla, I make a phone call in Mount Vernon. I don't call no lawyer, I call my business partner because we had went on a trip to visit my brother down south. And I told my business partner to pull up my Instagram because I made posts not knowing that day was the day. You know what I'm saying? I made posts. When I go on business trips or vacation, I make posts about it, post it. And my brother was telling me, yo, you post too much shit. You always posting all the time. I said, this posting shit gonna save my life one day. Watch. Word to my mother. May she rest in peace. So as I tell my business partner to go back on my Instagram to July 26, 2017 and print it out and pull up at the bond hearing. That's exactly what they did. So I'm coming out to see the bond judge, and I see my business partner with the bondsman in there, and I got the copy of my proof right there at the bond hearing. The DA wanted to seek $10,000, $15,000 because of my record. I ain't been in trouble in so long, so they set the bail high. I said, excuse me, Your Honor, I yelled out. My lawyer said I couldn't talk. I yelled out. I said, I have proof that I wasn't here in this state when that happened. She looked at me. I showed my lawyer. My lawyer looked. I said, it's post-dated. My proof was dated. It wasn't post-dated. It was dated that day. The judge sidebars. My lawyer and the DA pull up, bring the papers up. The judge looking at the papers and shocked. So now she can't really she can't R me on this case, so they give me a $5,000 bond. I post a little bullshit out the door, talking shit. I went live as soon as I got out the jail. The whole time I'm going to court for this shit, right? They trying to offer me a year in jail, county jail, on a B felony. With my record, there is no way I could get a year in jail. I'm automatically going up in the mountains and I'm going up there for a nice stretch. That's how I knew in my mind, they ain't have nothing. And I know that they didn't have nothing because I had the proof already. So I'm seeing what they got. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Had a public defender at first. He was trying to coerce me into taking the pleas because these public defenders, some of these public defenders, they get paid to help regardless. Win, lose, or draw, they're going to get paid. And if they help the state, the city or the county get convictions, they get more bread because most of these lawyers and the judges and the DAs, they hang out with each other outside of the workplace. This is a proven fact, time in and time out, right? I didn't take the B felony. I didn't take the year. So now they make me wait a week, come back to court. No, months. Excuse me. They make me wait months, come back to court to offer me 9 months and an A misdemeanor. That's still jail. I'm not doing no time in nobody's jail. Then they came back and offered me 90 days. I said, nah, man, I'm ready to go to trial. So the day we get the trial, they go through the troubles of picking a trial date and all that. They go through the trial date. They give me the trial date. I go to trial. I'm in their first day of trial ready. They come out and say they don't want to proceed with the trial because they don't want to give up their informant. There is no informant. Unless you saying that the person that you put me next to was helping y'all get people. If that's what y'all implying. So y'all trying to bad label somebody else because of y'all error. So I'm going to let him continue to finish and then I'm going to give you the other piece of the puzzle.
Whether they grew up together or they just know each other, this is a small community, so they are associations.
Did you say anything about like father-daughter duo?
I don't know the relationship with two of them. I believe one of them is father-daughter.
Okay, and tell us more about that and just in general, the connections that these people have, the relationships they form, and how you're trying to crack down on that.
Well, it's not the police's role to rear people's children. What our role is to reach out children through different community programs that the mayor and the city is engaging in, whether it's through our school resource officer program, our DARE officers that go into our schools and teach our young people about the dangers of drugs and engaging in criminal activity. So that's our role. But our role is not in the household. It is unfortunate that we do have a situation where we have a parent and a child that's engaging in this type of activity.
Is this part of a gang or? So I should just, before you get that question, I just want to add that there is a bigger picture here. And I want to remind everybody, not too long ago, a vehicle was rented and it moved down
Most of the
the
pieces
west side
are
of
black,
Manhattan as
but there
part
are
of
also
a
a few
terrorism
colored
ring.
ones.
And when you
So
think of the
this
role that police
represents
activities
DNA.
play into a larger scheme, they're paying for actions that are attacking the city, attacking this country. The distribution of these drugs on our streets fund a war on terror that we need to make sure we win. And when you think about the relationship between these, while some of which may seem to be small, but they're connected to a broader web that funds a dark economy that's trying to destroy America. These are the things that happen on the global forefront. And these people behind us are heroes. They went out and made sure that they found these people, they did their research, they had a year-long operation, they cracked down on at least 22, there are a few more that they're zeroing in on. But the bottom line is this effort will continue to make sure we rid our streets of guns and drugs, and make sure that Mount Vernon is safe and continues to get safer.
Now you heard that, right? Listen to this.
You're listening to WNYC. I'm Jamie Floyd. Early last year, a whistleblower police officer gave the Westchester County District Attorney's Office a series of secretly recorded tapes that contained alarming accusations of corruption and misconduct in the troubled Mount Vernon Police Department. But But nothing seemed to change, so he gave the tapes to WNYC investigative reporter George Joseph. Joseph reported on some of the contents yesterday, and today he takes a closer look at the Westchester County DA's handling of the affair.
Shout outs to George Joseph, the reporter in Gothamus. The Gothamus paper and network is the one who really broke this story because nobody else wanted to listen. And being that happened, a light's been shined on a lot of things.
How he met his obligation under the law, and to the public.
On Valentine's Day last year, Mount Vernon police officer Murashaya Bavel mailed county prosecutors a special gift, a series of secretly recorded phone calls of him discussing corruption with his colleagues.
I gave them that information. I thought that this is it. Something big, little positive would happen.
The tapes included explosive allegations of police brutality, people being framed, and cops doing favors for drug dealers. At first, prosecutors seemed interested. In March, an investigator texted Bavel, saying he had been listening to the recordings.
I figured that, you know what, let's give it a shot.
Bavel's attorney, Joseph Murray, felt the same way.
I was quite confident they were working on this, understanding they're not going to update me on what they're doing because they want to maintain the integrity of their investigation.
But 9 months later, the two men went to the DA's office for a meeting, and Murray says, found out that the probe was not moving forward.
Why should my client have to constantly push every button to get this done? I really just felt that we should have been able to hand this off to the professionals who work in this Integrity Bureau.
Concluded. Charles Linehan is a former deputy, advised them to notify trial prosecutors about cases involving the Mount Vernon teachers.
The DA's office necessarily that the circular reasoning from the DA's office is that if you knew about it, we'll review your conviction, but we don't have to tell you about it in the first place.
Alvin Bragg, a former federal prosecutor in Westchester, says, you can't just convict people while waiting to see if an internal investigation pans out.
How do you undo the harm of having been prosecuted, detained, lost your job, lost time with your family? Where does that get calculated into this assessment when we say we'll deal with it all in a year and a half? It misses the human element in ways that are fundamentally unjust.
Many of the misconduct allegations swirl around a detective named Camilo Antonini. At one point in 2018, he attended a press conference with the mayor of Mount Vernon to announce a narcotics operation targeting local drug dealers. Henderson Clark was one of the people they named.
Hello. How you doing, man?
Good. Clark was eventually arrested in July of 2019, accused of selling drugs 2 years before. But on the day of the alleged crime, Clark says he was visiting his brother in North Carolina.
Now, I didn't even think that these people was concocting this story up here in New York that I committed this crime because I'm down here.
He's telling me this at his mother's apartment in New Rochelle, where he grew up. He pulls out his phone and scrolls to a picture he says he took of his brother that day.
So that's where you see the picture that I gave him a t-shirt of a deceased friend of ours. It was around 10:30.
There's other evidence the photo is genuine. But in a felony complaint, Detective Antonini swore that less than 3 hours later, Clark was over 400 miles away selling drugs to an undercover officer in Mount Vernon. Normally, this would be a slam dunk case. Clark has a past record for dealing, and undercover buys are controlled operations. But the case slowly unraveled, and the DA withdrew the charge.
If you have this proof, and you have an undercover that can put me in this place, why you dismiss my case?
Police records show that Antonini and other officers accused of misconduct have collectively touched many drug cases over the years. Clark says he's concerned about those defendants too.
There might be over 100 other cases that this man then had his hand in that he tarnished, that he contaminated. People who are innocent people getting railroaded.
The DA says they'll review those cases if the investigation pans out. But it's been over a year since they got the Mount Vernon police tapes.
It's a majority.
That's what's been going on. The things that happen out here, it be real serious, and a lot of you dudes be out here worried about the wrong things, fabricating a lot of stuff, and thinking and glorifying stupidity is going to get you ahead in life. Yeah, it might get you a few dollars right now, but y'all looking real dumb like y'all sell y'all souls out here for $1. Y'all will broadcast and put your whole life on Front Street for $1. That means you'll do a song and dance for anybody. There's real shit going on out here. I've been fighting this case by myself with the helps of my lawyers from the Chicago area, the Innocence Project. Shout outs to Heather and Karen and all of them, man. Shout outs to my brother Mayor Bartlett out here in White Plains. Prestigious black lawyer, man. Helps me out. Shout outs to Kenneth Chamberlain Jr., man, my brother. That's my big brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of resources and a lot of people in the right places where I can make some calls and we can really get this ball rolling. Oh, shout outs to Jamal Bowman, the congressman, because I have his direct number in the phones. I can call him and speak to him directly. I don't have to go through no aides or nothing. That man came to New Rochelle a few times and stopped me. He was looking for me. A lot of things going on with me, man, but I just be keeping it on the positive, and I don't let that hate and the sucking shit get to me because my light is a better light. My resource of light is strong. Not to be playing with you weirdos trying to dim light. The hate can never dim my light because I'm doing righteous things and I'm moving in a righteous light, and I ain't stopping, man. Justice for C2, man. Justice for Kamal Flowers, Alvin Flowers, anybody. Justice for Big Kenneth Chamberlain, Uncle Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. That's it, Jay. That's what we trying to do. Everybody need to be on that timing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about getting that dead feeling and that dead mentality and the devil and all of that negative. We don't have room for that no more with everything going on. Everything going on that you can't control is happening. And everybody's too busy worried about getting the flyest outfit, how much money you got, when there's bigger things going on. Police pull you over and take it from you. You gotta fight to get your freedom. You gotta do a lot of things to get that little bit of money that they took from you back. So at the end of the day, this glorifying of the ignorance in the prison is retarded. Peace and blessings to you too. We gotta encourage everybody to stop being ignorant. All right, man. You have your moments where somebody might make you upset and do something or say something, and I'm starting to work with myself because I've allowed people to really get under my skin to where I react different, and it's not right for me to do that because I'm depriving a lot of other people who want this knowledge or want this energy or want this positive person around. You know what I'm saying? So, me getting into it with somebody and acting like it ain't even right, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter to me. J4 Crypto for all first. Yo, I appreciate you, beloved. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe button if you ain't hit the like and subscribe button, man. This is real. This is a page and a channel where we talk about real things that's happening. Not only was I falsely accused drug charges, I was falsely accused for threatening an officer. There's a lot of things going on where the system is trying to suppress me. But I still keep a positive attitude. This show is sponsored by Stack Chicken. Make sure y'all go follow my page, Stack Chicken, on Instagram, Stack Chicken LLC. That's STACKCHY. KEN LLC. Got some dope stuff on there. Go check out my other page, Hood Proud LLC. You know, I got some dope apparel on there, man. Follow me on Instagram at No Game Films. You know, sponsored by Stack Chicken, Zazwiba, Hardly Life, the book. That's my book right there. I wrote a book, you know. I just be doing different things. No Game Beauties, the magazine. No Time for Games, the magazine. All my projects. This is what I do, you know. And this is what I'm building. I built all these companies by myself. I figured out the source, so if anybody wants to get information on how you can become your own business person, I found the keys on how you can receive forgivable grants for your business. If you already got businesses, just follow me, man. Hit the subscribe button, man. Send me something in the chat. I get back at you. I let you know it's for the low. I'm not breaking nobody's pockets, but this information's not free. I got about 12, 13 companies that I created for my children. You know, I've been blessed on this earth 46 years and counting with the blessings of Allah, alhamdulillah, inshallah. I'll be very, very content when my time comes because I done built all these companies and my children can share and break bread and won't have to worry about nothing in life ever again. And that's the keys to life. So the dealing with the realness, just this lawsuit alone is going to take care of a lot of things for them. But I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man. You know, I got to get in here and get to work. You know, I got the, product. I got some orders. You know, make sure you go follow my page, man. Stack Chicken, man. You know, only for the stackers, man. You heard? Till then, love us. You heard?